Good morning. This is Philip with RTXhoneybees. As I mentioned in my introductory video at that I filmed out at my farm in Richland, that I would show you guys my little Coppell Bee Yard and maybe go through a couple of my goals that I have for this year as far as this YouTube channel is concerned. Primarily my goals are just to share my hobby with you and interested beekeepers and people who are interested in bees and honeybees and things like that. But there's a lot of bee videos that you can watch that'll show you how to do everything. As a matter of fact, if you want to know how to do something, I would like to remind you to check out Mike Berry at Berry's Best Honey, because he's really good at how-to videos. So anyway, I've been thinking about what do I have to offer the YouTube community, and I think it's just that I like to customize almost everything that I do involving beekeeping. I make my bottom boards a little differently. I make my top boards a little differently. I have a custom swarm trap that I use. It's pretty successful. I've made some queen mating nukes, tried several different options, and I'm currently making some more queen mating nukes. So anyway, those are the kinds of things I want to show you, just things that may give you some ideas and show you a different way to look at things, and maybe a different way of managing bees on the hobby level. So let me go ahead and grab the camera and I'll show you my Coppell Bee Yard. I've got a bee on my forehead. Hey girl. Okay, so this is it. It's just a tiny little thing. Oh, probably 8 by 8 or 8 by 10. Those are my swarm traps that I make. So they are made with 6-inch cedar fencing, pretty much completely, and they are deep. They're deep boxes. They'll hold 4 frames in each deep box. That box on the top is just a feeder shim for feeding, but when I hang them up, there's usually 2 deep boxes. I have hung 3 just to try to catch bigger swarms. That's a little bit of a preview of some of my queen mating nukes, but we'll get into that more later in the videos. This is another queen mating nuke in a 10 frame box. I don't know if you can tell, but there's an entrance here, and there's an entrance on that side, and there's an entrance on that side. There's only one colony in this box, and the bees are using the whole thing. Another one of the queen mating nukes that's been converted to a full box. As I mated queens in that last year, I just left one in there and let them expand. It's another. Bees are pretty active this morning. It was cool early, but they're pretty active right now. I've got a queen excluder here. Hopefully these are full of honey. I'll be harvesting those next week. This was a combine. This colony lost its queen. It was a great honey producer for me this year, but they lost their queen, so I ended up, before they went laying worker on me, I went ahead and combined them. After I take the honey, which should be these 3 boxes, I plan to shake everything that's in this box down and put them in a 1.5. That's the management style I use. But I did see a bee coming into this colony with some pollen on her, but there's really not much going on. So I hadn't been feeding much because we've had a pretty good fall flow. There are 2 boxes that have at least some honey there, a box there it's full of honey, and probably 2.5 boxes there. This is my first attempt at single deep brood management. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a queen excluder here and 3 honey supers. So, and that wasn't intentional. It's just that they got really big at the end of the summer. It was a new queen from the spring, from some splits that I did. And I said, what the heck? I had some drone comb available from, there's no bees in this box. They were failing, so I gave them well, actually I gave their brood frames to this colony, so they're in 1.5. This colony was actually a bit stronger, and I gave the honey super off of that failing colony to them. They finished filling it, and then they filled at least one, and I gave the honey super off of this, one of the honey supers off of this failing colony to this colony. So that's a lot. That's a long, convoluted explanation, but anyway, when I harvest my honey next week, I'm going to try to film a little bit of that and show you guys. But so I appreciate you guys checking in, and hopefully I'll have more soon. Thanks for watching.